Okay, welcome. I think we're live streaming now on YouTube, so it's good to see everybody. This is our Mad Week Zoom hour, just a chance for everybody to chat, get excited about the week ahead, put some faces. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Oh, so close my YouTube. Okay, there we go.
Sorry, Mitch, you're
Okay,
confusing me.
I know. It was like I had multiple things going on there. It's a little technical difficulties. Can everybody hear me okay now? Okay. So I was going in stereo for a second. Anyways, so it's just a chance to get excited about the week, see some of the faculty faces, let them have a chance to introduce themselves, maybe tell us something about their class, chat a little bit. And if you have questions specific about the week that are more sort of logistical questions, you're welcome to put those in the chat. And you're using this right. Yes, Sean, you are doing great. I can see your comment there. And I've got Kathleen online. She's going to help answer questions, and I'm answering questions. I'm not going to be talking a lot because that's actually not so great at hosting things like that. But my name is Maisie Lynch, and I inherited Mad Week from this amazing guy who's sitting across from me right now, Mitch Fanning. And I can't do it nearly the justice that he did it for 14 years, but we're trying. The world decided to take a little turn as soon as I took over, and we've been virtual since, but we're looking forward to next year getting back in person and maybe using some of the stuff that's worked really well from the virtual platform to move to a hybrid model next year. So that being said, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to pass it over to Mitch Fanning and Tina Eck and let them host, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, Maisie.
Thank you, Maisie Lynch. Welcome everybody to the 16th annual Musical Arts and Dance Week, otherwise affectionately known as Mad Week. My name is Mitch Fanning. I am the founding director, and I couldn't be happier with the leadership that Maisie has provided, as well as the leadership team of the local O'Neill Malcolm branch here of CCE. It's so good to see everyone here. My gosh, one of the great advantages of doing this on Zoom is we have so many people, so many richly talented, extremely talented artists, teachers and performers with us from Ireland. And we've got you here without having to go through the visa process.
The money.
Weren't you lucky?
We're so grateful for your participation and help in ensuring that we have a rich experience for all of our campers again this year. My good friend and colleague Tina Eck is with me, and my fellow inmate. We all play in a band together at the Irish Inn at Glen Echo, where we'll be having a session for those of you who are local. We'll be having a live session on Tuesday night at the Irish Inn. More about the after-hour sessions soon. But Tina is one of my fellow inmates, and we're here on work release, awaiting the arrival of
our third,
Jesse Winch, who will be joining us shortly. And we're broadcasting to you live, and want to thank the Jim and Christina Bradley for their hospitality this evening. Christina and Jim are parents of Alice, who many of you know is a very fine fiddle player, and also an up-and-coming harper and bog band member. And a dancer. And I just want to acknowledge the bog band because their special place is having inspired the inception of Mad Week, and one of our greatest reasons for continuing to continue to inspire us. It's the next generation of kids that are really taken by the music and the dance and the culture. Let's see. I want to welcome people. Or you want to say
I would love to welcome people. Hello, everybody. Especially hello to Ireland, where it's getting late tonight. I'm Tina Eck, and only marginally involved really this year with Mad Week. Was more in previous years, but have certainly helped a little bit to bring you bunch all together. And it's really lovely, wonderful to see people from Ireland, see National Heritage Fellows as unbelievable. And I would love to maybe just get started with our own precious up the road, Billy McComiskey, who will be teaching a button accordion. Hello, Billy. Maybe
Hello,
you
how are
can tell us a little bit about yourself and the class and Mad Week and the community here.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to be here. This is so great. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm delighted to be. I actually live right up the road in Baltimore, as Mitch can tell you, and Tina. We're within an hour of each other, and there's a lovely scene here in the Baltimore, Washington area. I guess that's what you call it geographically. And there's piles of players, and it's just great fun. And there you go. And I'm just delighted to just be teaching the accordion. I really enjoy kind of two aspects in particular. I like the history of it. I really enjoy the history of the instrument. The B&C accordion that I play dates back to approximately 1938, thereabouts. Maybe you could almost push it back to maybe 1930. So in a culture as old as Irish music, that kind of makes it relatively new to this lovely art form. So it's a lovely thing. It's great to see some of these amazingly talented Irish players here in the roster. It's just really great. Tony Smith, as I knew Tony Smith when I first met him, when I was back in high school, I met him in the Catskills. He's well known now as Anton McGowan, the great Anton McGowan, the legendary Anton McGowan. It's just absolutely ridiculously wonderful to see him here. And
I'm super thrilled to see him here from Ireland, because he is really legendary in his teaching and his friendliness and generosity in inviting people to play with him. And when you ever go to Ireland to one of these summer festivals, Willy Week, or anywhere in Ireland, you will find Tony standing on the street outside the bar, standing with his back against the window or the wall, surrounded by other musicians. And they're playing an incredible session outdoors, and he never says no to anything. And really better being in Ireland, even better to be here. He's also known as Tony Smith, which is much easier to pronounce and easier to spell. He's going to be teaching intermediate fiddle. Tony, can you tell us a little bit about your background and your class?
You're coming into me there, Tina.
Yes.
The sound is just a little bit, there's something wrong with it anyway there. But anyway, thanks Tina, and thanks Billy. I don't think there's anything I can say after that. Just it's a long time since I met Billy. I think we had met in New York, and then Jim Irwin was going up to the Catskills for a weekend, 1969, and to Billy Capel's house, and we got there, and of course there weren't enough rooms and enough beds, so all of the ladies went to bed, and myself and Billy and Sean McGlynn sat on the wall outside the house, and we played through the night, all night, and at 7 o'clock in the morning the ladies got up and we got to bed. So that's was my first big session with Billy, and great player, great sense. So that's about all. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't been to the Washington Week in person, but now here I am virtually anyway. And as you said at the start, this is much easier. We don't have to worry about visas. So I'm looking forward to it, and hope we have a good week. I see a lot of friends, paying pasted around the screen here, a lot of people that I know. So it's going to be a good week. So
Very good.
Fantastic. Really, back to you. You're not going to be the only one teaching box. You have your wonderful son, Sean, also, right? So how are you going to divide it up between father and son? Who's going to teach? Who's going to teach when? Who's going to teach first?
I probably might start, and then whatever I forget, Sean will be picking up the pieces and trying to straighten it all out.
Down to all the box players out there, you couldn't be in better hands.
And if anybody happens to trip over themselves after their first session or two, I guess it wouldn't be the music so much as the couple of beers. We'll have Sean there, Dr. Sean, can help anybody with any broken bones that turn up. So we should be okay.
Sounds great.
I guess one of the things that's interesting about that, there's all these different tunings with the box, and just to be on the safe side, I would throw that one out there. If you're thinking of learning a bit of a tune on the accordion, maybe just grab one that's kind of close enough to C, if you have a C box. And then I guess the idea is it's the technique for playing any of the tunings is all the same. So it's interesting with the record. I think the lovely thing with Sean now is he's getting pretty much starting to get into American traditional music too. So we don't quite know where that'll take the instrument or the players for that matter. So but it should be we're off to a good start here. And how many O'Reillys are floating around in there? I saw, Jesus, I got a little nervous when I saw one of them there.
I cannot really see who's there anymore, but
There's just one of us, and
Oh, Jesus, there.
I think you keep going, Billy, and we'll have the hour filled, no problem. Go on.
Thank you,
I'm
thank
muting
you.
again.
I'm world renowned for that.
Billy, thanks.
Oh, really?
And thanks, McDara, for stepping in there. Your big foot.
your turn now.
How many?
My turn. I'll do all the plumos, and I'm delighted to be back in non-reality reality, and it's good to see Mitch and Tina and a few other faces, Rose as well. Oh, Tony, it's delightful to see you, seeing as I only saw you on Thursday night. Noel Fahy, I see it as well. So I'm looking forward to the week, and I'm looking forward to getting bleeding Zoom working at 7 o'clock Irish time tomorrow evening. And I'll talk to Maisie as well about, I have to get in contact again about my my classroom stuff going off in classroom stuff. So it's good to see everybody, and Sean Ernest as well. So delighted to be here, lads. There you go.
Glad to have you here, McDara. And the fact that you're still over there means all the bellrings and the tenor banjos are safe.
Yes.
On this side of the-
Yes. Yes. I still haven't received a video of me from a certain person driving over a Bowron 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'll have to find some other method. Anyway, that's me done. Those who know me know me. Grant.
Are you wearing red chucks?
Huh?
Are you wearing red chucks?
I'm I'm on sandals and you don't want to see. Right. Right. Go on, lads. Keep going.
Great. Great to see you, McDara.
Our dance director is here somewhere, right? Can you go back to the view where we can see
Yeah.
everybody?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Tell us about the dancers talking about chucks.
Oh yeah. Well, our preferred second shoe after our hard shoes or our jig shoes. Well, we have a great dance program this year. I'll let the teachers, speak for themselves that are here, but we have our first artist in residence that's a dancer, which is Kevin Doyle. And I know people are super excited to be taking his classes. Of course, we have Augie Kovacs back, who is everyone's favorite teacher, and she's going to be teaching beginning Chandos. So all of you musicians who always wanted to try dancing, the lunchtime elective this time is your chance. And we have 2 new instructors that have not been in Mad Week before, Joe Duffy and Moira Reagan. And so I encourage everybody to check out their classes. They're both very talented professional dancers. And so I think it's going to be a great week for everyone. And we are going to, on the Tuesday night session, we're having an in-person workshop with Augie on Tuesday night. And then afterwards, we're going to come in full force to the session at the inn. Just to warn you, Tina and Mitch, and there'll be a lot of dancing. So I hope everyone will be there. So thank you so much for everyone, and I wish everyone a good week.
Good.
Thanks, Kate. Well, I also want to give a warm welcome and a hearty congratulations to Joni Madden, who's the new National Heritage Award winner. Joni, congratulations and welcome. We've been hoping to have you here for years, and really glad to have you this year.
Thanks, Mitch. I'm actually taking lessons from Billy of how to be a National Heritage winner this week. That's what my special elective is. All right, Bill?
We'll have no trouble, Joni. Don't worry.
Well, I'm coming to you from an unbelievably beautiful Milltown Malbay evening here. It's 80 degrees in Milltown Malbay, which is unreal. The sun is splitting the rock, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I just want to say, of all the years, I've never had a chance to come to Mad Week. And Mitch, you have been tracking me down like a hound dog. But it's just great to be here and great to be part of it for the first time. And looking forward to meeting you all and hanging out with you all as best as we can do virtually, as they say. It's nothing like a handshake and a hug and somebody buying me a pint to make me happy. But we'll do the best we can, and looking forward to all the Zoom classes. So thanks for inviting me, and hello to all my great friends out there.
Bless you, Joni. Another among our artists in residence is my good friend, colleague, mentor, and fiddle teacher, Brian Conway. Brian, I noticed you're with us. Glad to have you back. Brian was here from the very beginning. The first year of Mad Week was called Fiddle Week. I think we invited to teach that year, and Brian as well. And I had to ask Brian to step down because we just didn't have enough tuition to meet payroll. And he graciously, being a gentleman and a lawyer and a gentleman, we were able.
That's like an oxymoron, but
That's
Yeah.
really all over the gap.
Brian, really glad to have you back. And Brian's been instrumental in working with the Fiddlers and the Bog Band for years now, and has really helped to put the kids on the map with the Mid-Atlantic Flaw, and become better known internationally through the kids' competitions in Ireland as well. So Brian, thank you for being here again this year. Great to have you.
well, thank you, Mitch. It's great to be back, and I feel so privileged to have this association with Mad Week, but also with you personally and professionally, Mitch. It's been working out great. Mitch sends me all his wonderful students. I have more students from Maryland than I do any place else by far. And Mitch is very kind and generous in sharing these wonderful students. And and Billy's right. It's a great music scene down there. I'd hoped to come down this year, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But who knows? Maybe I'll get my car on Thursday and come down. But I promise everybody down there I will be visiting at some point over the summer. So thanks everybody for what you're doing. Thank you, Maisie, for your extraordinary efficiency, and you just have your act together. It's just amazing to watch how you do this. And again, Mitch, for starting this whole thing out 16 years ago. And I just want to also say that I never got over you telling me to step down that first year. I'm joking. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I just noticed between Newfoundland and White Plains and Baltimore, we're going to have the Pride of New York. At Mad Week with Brendan
Brendan Dolan Brendan's coming too.
Unbelievable. Sometimes you wish it was live.
Yeah.
I know, right? We have Noel Fahy here, our wonderful Noel, who's gonna help us a little bit with Irish pronunciations and maybe more.
Sorry.
No, take over and introduce.
Well, Bhuailm Fáilte Corrib Roiv Galer go Washington DC agus na Fovalti Maryland agus Virginia agus Fecaman sin will Goliordini in airing of Tishkan Dakab or Kirtar Agon. So Fáilte go Shachtan Ningyalt, no Shachtan Ningali, Neil Sam Kier the Hurair and so anyway, I'm just welcoming all our native language speaking people to Washington DC and its various suburbs, and to Madweek, which I think in Irish would be Shachtan Ningyalt. And also just for one plug, on Friday, most of the live sessions are going to be in Maryland on Friday evening. They're coming across the river to Virginia, so I hope to see a good crowd in McNamara's pub on Friday. Danny McFadden, who owns the place, has cancelled his regular Friday bar band, whatever he has there. So we're going to be taking over the place on Friday evening. Hopefully see you all there.
Lovely.
Thanks.
No.
Billy, maybe you would come down for it.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
You have to be fast on the mute button here.
I'd like to welcome Dai Sproul. Dai, it's great to have you this year. It's you know, when you've come through town in Alton, I've always made a point of getting out to hear you, see you. Would love to have had you here long before now, but thanks for being here this year. And I remember the last time I saw you in Minneapolis at a session, you were doing pretty well on the fiddle. Oh, you're muted. You're still muted.
I was just saying you must have had a lot to drink that time.
Not possible.
But anyhow, thanks. It's lovely to be part of this. I'm sorry we're not going to be, or I'm not going to be there in person. But I see lots of friends among the Rogues Gallery here. It would have been nice to be hanging out and chatting and playing. So I'll be doing some guitar, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Of course, I should say I'm in West St. Paul in Minnesota. Sorry. And I do a lot of teaching on Zoom now with the pandemic, and I really enjoy. It's great. I think it's, you know, there's always pluses. So the plus is it's been great to keep going and meeting people virtually, and even seeing, you know, having some students around the country. It's been great. Anyhow, looking forward to it.
You're going to be teaching Dadgad guitar, right?
That's correct.
All
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
On Ernest.
There was one time. I have so many memorable memories. I have so many memories with Billy, you know, and from the time with Billy and Liz. So one of them, we were at this festival, and the three of us were down for workshops, you know, but like there was about an hour and a half for the three of us to do consecutive workshops. So anyhow, Billy started, and about 20 minutes before the end of the time slot, me and Liz came along, and we were keeping an eye on it from a distance, and then eventually we came over, and we, you know, Billy was still teaching away, and we said, you know, should we do a wee bit, you know, since we were supposed to be doing something. So myself and Liz both took a 10-minute slot or something, and so I described what I do in about 5 minutes, and then, you know, some basic, and Liz says, "Is that all you've been doing all these years?" And I says, "Yes, it is. That's all I've been doing all these years." But I'm going to stretch it out over 5 sessions, I think. Yeah.
It's great. That's great. Thanks for being here, Dahi.
Is Sean Ernest? Yes, there he is.
Hey, hey, everybody.
The other guitar player.
Yes, and I'm very honored to be on faculty. You know, it's hard. Dahi's such a hard act to follow. I mean, goodness gracious, you know.
Well, you done.
I grew up listening to Dahi playing, and he's one of my all-time heroes. So.
Well, you're pretty good yourself there, Sean. You're pretty good.
Well, if you say so. I'm going to be teaching guitar and tunings other than Dadgad, although I started playing in Dadgad. I kind of play around with a couple different ones, but Dadgad is one that I certainly have played in and enjoy. And I know that others kind of prefer standard tuning or drop D or maybe even some others. So that's kind of the focus of my week's work with the students this time.
Very good.
And it's my first year on faculty, so a huge thank you to Maisie and everybody involved and to the O'Neill Malcolm branch for having me. I'm delighted.
Great to have you with us, Sean.
Thank you, Mitch.
Well, you know someone else who has been here, a mainstay and extremely popular with the fiddle students is Rose Flanagan.
Oh my God, Rose.
Brian's sister, yes. See you there.
I don't know about that. But and McDara's going, no, thanks a lot.
You're popular with us all, Rose. We love you.
Oh, thank you, Jody. Oh, God. Well, listen, I do have to say, and I've told everyone who I've spoken to, that last year, this was one of the most organized, wonderful weeks of teaching and music and tunes and sessions. And it was absolutely fabulous and far exceeded any expectation I had for it being the first time that it came about. But Maisie, what a job. So really, really, really looking forward to this year. So kudos. Thanks for having me back. I'm so happy.
Thank you. Well, we were very lucky. Oh, hold on. We were lucky last year because we were one of the first camps to go virtual. So the bar was set very low. So this year, I cannot say the same. This year, there's been a lot of great programs and a lot of great camps, and I'm trying to keep up with everything, but we're hanging in there. I also have Kathleen who's helping me. Kathleen Bartels. Her camera's off right now, but there she is. Oh, look at her. She's relaxing.
Well,
Kathleen is my sidekick in life, actually. She's my sidekick in everything I do. I also dragged her into this whole vaccine hunting craziness earlier this year.
I love
and Tony Z is on here, and he's also super helpful guy, and my husband Nulty. So I appreciate the shout outs, but please know that it's not a solo act here at all. But you guys are amazing, and I'm just so thankful to be able to be a part of it. I always tell people I do this for my kids. I'm not a music person. I think you're all amazing, but like sometimes I don't know one person from the other in terms of the music. Sometimes I can't tell a jig from a reel. So just bear with me. I'm doing my best. But my children, this is all about the kids. So that's why we keep it going. We actually have another arrival. I think Jesse Winch just woke up. And he's here now. He's arrived. So I'm going to mute myself. Looks like Chess gave him some caffeine, so hopefully he'll last for a little while.
Carry on, Carrie.
But Peter's got the baby. We gotta get.
Yeah. Oh, he just stepped out. Good. So.
Say hello to everybody.
Well, Jesse's teaching too. He can introduce himself as he's teaching too.
Hello.
Welcome, Jesse Winch.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I'm sorry I was delayed. I had some stuff I had to do, but it's good to be here. And
I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. Okay.
You're going to be teaching Baron.
I'm teaching the beginner Baron class starting tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. I haven't done that in a couple of years, but it's good to be back. We're going to cover all the tune types, and we're going to learn a little bit of the Kerry style of Bowen playing, which is the style that I learned and play myself with some top-end variations thrown in for good measure. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Good man.
Another Bowen teacher.
Josh.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Josh Dukes is teaching the intermediate and advanced.
He's probably selling a house right now.
Yeah. So.
Well, so Jesse's been from the very beginning a leader within the community. He's currently the chair of the local branch, and he's been really instrumental in the success, the long-term success and growth of Mad Week, and we continue to rely on him for his guidance and leadership.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with the founding director here and with our new director, Maisie, who is, even with a broken leg, she's still a ball of fire.
She's dancing circles around me with a broken leg. I also see we've got Peter Bryce in the house. Peter, welcome. So glad you can be with us this year. Peter's a great local resource, brings a depth of talent and knowledge to the community. And Peter, what are you going to be doing with Mad Week this summer?
Well, Mitch, first of all, it's good to see all of you. I'm going to be giving a lecture on Thursday at lunchtime, I assume. No, it will be lunchtime. It will be lunchtime. The lecture is called, I think it's called Economics and Revival in Irish Traditional Music, a survey of 300 years. Or it might be called Revival and Economics in Irish Traditional Music, a survey of 300 years. It's not a very good title, but I'll tell you a little bit about the topic. I want to talk about the way that the ability of musicians to earn an income playing music influences revival, and how revival influences the ability of musicians to earn a living, and in turn influences the way that music is shaped in that revival generation. So we're going to be looking at it in the 20th century, but also in the 18th century with the attempted revival of the Irish harp into bunting, and then in the 19th century as well with George Petrie trying to revive bunting's legacy and the effect of the Irish famine on the ability of Irish musicians to earn an income, and how that in turn fed into the Gaelic League revivals of the late 19th century. So it's a lot to talk about in just 40 or 50 minutes. We certainly won't cover all of it, but we'll cover some ideas that I think are especially important now that we've been through a year and a half of very limited income. So,
great.
Okay, good man.
Thank you, Peter. I'm looking forward to that. My God, Mean Parsons. Hey, Parsons, I haven't seen you since the Ennis Festival 5 years ago.
Oh my God. Hello, everybody. Hi. How are you, Mitch? And Tina and Jesse and Maisie and everybody else. It's really great to be here this year. I'm delighted. Great to see you, Joni. Enjoying the Milltown Malbay weather. I am so envious. I'm up here in County Meath. I'm very close to McDara, and I'm very close to Tony. But I will be doing the teaching in the English language, sharing it with the fantastic award-winning Rita Gallagher. And I don't think she's here tonight, but I'm really looking forward to it. I suppose I'd love to get into Peter Bryce's lecture, actually, because my interest personally is the history of traditional song in Ireland. So the songs that have come out of the history and the songs that were written around the historic era, and all the songs of rebellion, songs of place, etc., etc. So I kind of have chosen my songs, but my list is very long and I doubt I'll get even a quarter way through it. But I'm really, really looking forward to the whole week. And it's great to see you all here. Thanks very much, Mitch.
So much.
I should also mention in stereo, Neve, you're also joining the Fair Play panel, right, on
gotcha.
Monday?
Yeah, I'm one of the founder members of
Oh,
the.
I can't. Hold on a second.
The Fair.
I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay.
The Fair Play started up in 2018. Karen Casey, I was there at the very beginning with her. One of my reasons for joining was not just the lack of women in traditional Irish performance, but was the lack of older women. Not that I'm very old, but I am older. And it's just as we get older, the women just seem to vanish from the stage, whereas the men don't vanish from the stage. And that was my reason for joining Fair Play at the time, but been heavily involved ever since. So I will be joining the panel at, I don't know the times. I know we're 5 hours ahead. So like it's sitting down in front of the TV time for me now.
I know. I think it's 11:30 to 12:30 on Monday. Alex Boatwright is going to lead that with a couple other people. She's kind of been the U.S. representative for Fair Play with the blessing of Karen Casey. So she's been getting some momentum behind that here. So we're excited to offer this panel on Monday for those who are going to come to the lecture series. So thank you. I'm going to mute again.
Thanks for asking, Maisie.
I want to welcome Donna Long. Donna, it's glad you could be with us again this year. Are you here or are you there?
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? I just hit the unmute, I think. I'm here. And I'm here and there, and I'm not, really worried about it. It's just kind of.
Donna, you're here where?
I'm here.
Are you in Donegal? Or are you in Maryland?
I'm in America. Thank you for specifying that. Geez, after all these years, she still keeps me straight. But yeah, I've been here for a few months now, and I'm so glad to be back with everybody again. And it's been such a long year of not seeing people and playing music together. This is just actually really lifting my spirits even right now, just being on this. So I'm looking forward to teaching beginning fiddle. I have some really cool tunes lined up. And also I'd like to welcome Anne Marie Acosta for being another piano player, teaching piano, because I think it's really awesome that you have opened up the doors that way too. Nothing against myself, but there's so many people that play and everybody should hear that, So my piano class this year, I'm focusing on the playing of Eleanor Neary, a Chicago-based piano player who enriched the piano style of Irish piano, I should say. And I'm going to talk about her very unique ornamentation and interpretations of the tunes, keys that she played in. And so this piano class will be different than my past ones. It's going to be an eye-opener. I hope. I've transcribed a bunch of her music, and so we'll have some written music and recordings.
That's great.
Should be fun.
That's great.
And I want to thank you so much because you guys have just done such a great job. And Maisie is teaching me every year a little bit more how to use I'm getting technologically so much better.
I doubt it, but
All right.
I love you.
Thanks, Donna.
Thanks, Mitch.
That's me. I got it.
Where is he?
Right there in the middle. Just stop talking.
We're working on technical stuff over here.
I think we're up to Kevin Doyle.
Another National Heritage.
Yes.
Kevin here? Oh, yes, of course he is.
We are blessed with 3 National Heritage Fellows, Joni, Billy, and Kevin. And Kevin is a bit of a veteran. And Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it you who danced at the Irish Embassy and made the ceiling fall down?
Yes, I have been accused of that. Yes, I have, Mitch. In fact, they told me there'd be no Irish dancing upstairs anymore. After me begging to dance to Seamus Connolly's music, they allowed me to put some plywood on the floor. And the last time I was there for my Heritage Fellowship, they did let me dance. And they told me, I asked when they came back upstairs, said, is everything okay? They said, yeah, you just put out 2 lights on the chandelier, but everything else stayed intact. So yeah, that was quite an experience. I don't know if they were too happy with the mess.
Is that why you always wear a hat, Kevin, when you're dancing?
Yeah, it's a steel hat, actually, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We're so lucky to have you back. Your great dancing styles are just.
Well, I'm very happy to be on this roster with so many talented people, and congrats to Joni. So happy for her and Billy and all the familiar faces I see here. It's just wonderful.
Right.
So it makes me very proud to be a part of this program, which I enjoyed in the past, and looking forward to sharing some American tap dance this week. With some old style jigs and hornpipes as well. And then I'm gonna, in the afternoon at lunchtime, I'm gonna be doing a lecture that I had done in the Willie Clancy School in 2015 about the Irish roots of American tap dance.
Very good.
So I'm looking forward to the week, and unfortunately I've always missed the crackdown there in Maryland when it goes on. So, but this is about as good as we can get right now, and I'm very happy to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'd just like to make the point here. I'm walking around the house to show that I too could be sitting out on my deck if I had a deck, because it's good weather in Ireland as well. All right. So look at that, blue skies.
Pretty good.
That's it.
Mitch.
You better play at a deck.
Mitch.
Shannon and Matt Heaton are back.
Welcome.
Thanks. So glad to be back from our home in Medford, Massachusetts, in the little hamlet of Medford. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, but we're inside.
Yeah, so thanks for doing this again. This is really wonderful to see everybody. I'm really honored to be a small part of this. I'm going to be teaching flute, and
I'm teaching bouzouki.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's been really, really nice to have the opportunity to have Matt teach bouzouki, because he doesn't always play it around the house, and he's been playing it lately, and sounding good.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out.
I'm also doing a thing. I'm also presenting kind of a survey of trad composers. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a really celebratory, improvisatory fantasia of many of our fine friends in history and today. So that'll be fun. What else are we doing?
Well, we're having the family-oriented listening room.
Oh yes, gonna have some fun tunes with the what are we calling you? The Conagans, with the Conway Flanagans, and with the McComiskys and the Heatons. So that should be fun on Wednesday night. So anyway, thank you, folks, for continuing this, for keeping us together. And you know, Joni, I'm with you. Like, it would be great to have a hug and a handshake, but also I think like handshaking can be out now. It's gross. Like, no love lost between me and the handshake. Like, I don't know. I spent a lot of my youth in Asia, and so I'm down with the Y, or just like
elbow bump,
little elbow, or no elbows,
elbow
just bump. Like a little bow and like love you.
I'm with you.
I'd say either like the full bear hug or distance, but like the handshake, I don't know. Don't need it. Anyway, thank you guys for having us.
Can't wait.
I should mention too, you just reminded me that Joni is we're gonna pick her brain for an hour on Friday, right, Joni? During our from 12:30 to, I think it's 12:30 to 1:30. She's our Friday lecturer.
God help you. That's all I'm saying. You want to pick my brain.
Oops, hold on. I'm muted. Okay, there you go. Say it again, Joni. I didn't hear you.
I just said, God help you if you want to pick my brain. God help you.
Oh, the timing was perfect because the announcement came out for her getting the National Heritage Fellowship. So I think there's a lot of us who just, want to just chat with you about anything and everything. So I'm excited to have an hour for that. So
we will have no problem shooting the breeze. That's for sure.
Exactly. So maybe we'll have Billy be the moderator, but we want you to be able to talk too. So
myself and Bill, we don't even need to talk. We just look at each other. We have mental, right, Bill? We have what's that sign? What's the word? No. It's always great to see Billy. It's always great to see Bill.
Love him. Adore. Could not adore those Mckiskys anymore.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, it's been lovely to listen to all this. I'm great looking forward to the week, but I'm hitting the town because there's a session in town with Eileen O'Brien and Porrick McMahona, and I'm not sitting here listening to what we're going to do anymore. Lovely to see you all. You're all welcome to come to the session in Milltown Malbay with me, but I look forward to meeting you all and seeing you online, and thank you for inviting me again. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Joni.
Bye, Joni.
Bye, guys.
Have fun.
I wanted to make sure that we don't forget. We were talking about lectures. Sean McComiskey, Billy's son, is going to give 2 workshops, I think, about repetitive stress injuries in musicians. And I've heard only the best. I know personally that as a physical therapist, Sean is wonderful. I went there because I messed up my knees. Great. And I've heard great things about this lecture. So,
Is this for musicians just when they're playing their instruments or when they're like hiking up a hill in Ireland and almost falling in the ocean?
the hiking, he's very good with hiking injuries too. I can attest to that because that was me. So I think he will probably cover in 2 workshops quite a few things, and I think flute players will love it.
It's going to probably be the same workshop both days, so you can attend either one.
Right, that's great. And also we have not heard from Emer Arkins from St. Louis. Hello,
Emer, welcome back. Good to see you. Glad you could be with us.
Thank you. Tina, I'm not from St. Louis. I'm still from County Clare. I'm just trapped here. Good to see you all. Delighted to be back at Mad Week again this year. I wish I was in DC with you all this week, but I'll have to make do with sunny St. Louis instead. I can't hear you, Maisie. You're muted. Yeah. But looking forward to teaching this week and to meeting everybody. And Eileen and I are hosting a couple of sessions, I think Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you don't play the fiddle, hopefully we'll see you at those. Or at the bit of crack we had last year with the lilting, we are going to revisit that again on Wednesday, I think. And we'll all be diddly idly doodly dumming together for a while on Wednesday. So looking forward to that as well. But thanks for having me back and great to see you all.
Well, since you're here and Eileen is not, tell us a little bit about Eileen and her harp class.
Well, I can't tell you too much about her because I don't know what she's planning on doing, but I know she's teaching harp, and I think she's teaching the harp class sometime throughout the week. I'm sure she's got lots of fun things planned, lots of repertoire and accompaniment and all kinds of things, and you'll hear more from her on Tuesday and Wednesday with me in the session as well. So yeah, if you're playing the harp, you're in for a treat, I'm sure, with herself and Michelle Mulcahy.
Louise Mulcahy is going to teach the pipes, going to be teaching pipes.
Fabulous.
Moira Reagan, I think you have a live workshop as well. Is that right?
Me?
Hi, yes. My name is Moira Reagan. I'll be teaching from 3:30 to 4:30, and this is going to be kind of a dance sampler, percussive dance series. So I grew up doing Irish dancing. I've danced a lot with the Bog Boys, Jesse, Tina, Billy, everyone in this area. But in college, I studied all different forms of dance. So we'll do a little bit of like flamenco rhythms, a little bit of South African gumboot rhythms, but just doing a whole thing with percussive dance.
I just wanted to say that, you know, Moira, I think it's really important for us for Mad Week to start looking for the next generation of teachers that are out there, folks that we watched grow up as very talented, like Moira, who's an amazingly talented dancer. And I'm so excited to have her. Now you're teaching in Fairfax County schools, right, Moira?
Yes. So by day, I'm a dance teacher in the high schools. So I teach modern jazz, ballet, hip hop, but of course we have our cultural dance unit, and that's when I always throw in my love for Irish dance. And even if I have a lot of students that aren't exposed to the culture and music, without a doubt, every time the songs start playing, you see the kids go, oh, this is really good. So I'm glad that I can bring them new experiences, and I'm just happy to be here as well.
I think that's so exciting, Moira, that you're you have such an amazing opportunity to bring, you know, some of our Irish culture to a huge group of people that we might not have reached before. So glad to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks, Moira. Who's next?
We have
Maisie?
No.
I'd like just to memorialize the fact that there are three, outside of myself, there are three people from County Meath on this call. And when I grew up in Trim, County Meath, the thought that there would be more people calling in from County Meath than any other county in Ireland was unthinkable. So there's a revolution has happened in that county, which is inside the pale in Ireland. So I just want to memorialize that fact.
That's great. That's great. Love it.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is to do with Tony sitting around there. Actually, I can't see him anymore, but that's one of the reasons.
So who do we still have? Moira, I'm trying. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Macy. That's okay. Maura Ní Chéalachair, yeah.
Can you talk about what you are teaching? Because my family is super excited. They've already done their homework. They've already printed out everything you asked them to, and they are ready to go.
Oh, really? Very good. I'll be teaching songs in the Irish language, and for maybe people who are beginners or improvers in the Irish language, you know, considering that this is in the US. And so I'm looking forward greatly to that. I've done some workshops before, and with people from all kinds of countries now in the past year, but so especially, of course. So I'm looking forward greatly to it. I'm telling you, it was just lovely to be here and hearing all your stories, and it's just lovely to be part of your week. And thank you very much for asking me. It's an honor to be here now, and I've met a few people here before. I met you, Emer, and Longo and Flaciols and Toin outside the shop window, as someone said, in Milltown Malbay during the week, with Connie Connell and more. And I know Dahi Spool's music, and I know Brian Conway. I don't know if you remember, I met you with Winter Losa and one time it was, anyway, they were learning from you.
In Bantry, right? Yeah.
Pardon?
It was Bantry, right?
Oh, it was Bantry, that was it.
Yeah.
You're dead right, that was it. Yeah, that was it. And we visited Winter Losa. I'm from County Cork, and my singing is from there, and so I'll be looking forward greatly to that, and I'll be teaching during the days between 1:30 and 3. Yeah, between 1:30 p.m. and 3.
Right, because you're going to do all that 90-minute session with them for singing. Yep.
And great. Yeah, and anybody who's joined up, if you print out the songs, and if you want, you can make 2 copies so that you can have one for pronunciation if need be, and one for meanings. So I'll be looking forward to it. And it is true, Maisie, the work you do, God Almighty. Now, I've never met you, but listen, and you're so efficient every time, and I'm emailing you and asking you this and that and the other thing. And thank you very much. And I was talking to Shivani Khunaran today, and she said, "Oh, that's Mitch." And I said, I haven't talked to him, no, but anyway, so I'm glad to meet you. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, we're the lucky ones because, you know, imagine I get to spend my day talking to all of you super, super talented people. I just am blown away all the time. My husband looked up your information, and he would come into the room and be like, "Oh my gosh, she's all Ireland, like you Oireachtas and all this stuff." And so we're super excited. I think we're going to wrap it up because did we miss any faculty? Did we get everybody? Everybody on faculty got to say hello, I hope. Okay. So we're going to start, the concert's going to start streaming in 1 minute. I'm not streaming it, luckily, because that would be a disaster. But I just want to thank you all. This hour is so much fun for me. I just seeing your faces and seeing the banter and being able to chat and laugh and just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel like it's such a great way for us to open up together, and it makes me feel a little bit like we're together, even though we're not. But I'm looking forward to a great week with all of you. And please reach out if you need anything, campers or faculty. I'll be on the computer nonstop pretty much. And you're all amazing. And thank you for what you're doing, because this is, to me personally, the mission is about my children, and what you've given them is just unbelievable, especially through, you know, the C word, COVID, to have the Bog Band and to have this community really was our survival. And I'm sure many of you feel that way if it was a weekly session or whatever it was, but it was something that was just amazing and really carried us through. So I'm not going to cry a little bit, but we're so thankful, and I'm looking forward to a great week with all of you.
Thanks, Maisie.
Thank you.